Hello everyone. So in the paper first, that is Animal Diversity Non-Chordates for the first year BSc students, in this first unit it is about Introduction to Animal Classification. So in this subunit you will be studying about principles of animal classification, binomial nomenclature, Linnaean hierarchy, and what are the criteria for animal classifications. So you should know body layers, coelom, body symmetry, metamerism or segmentation, cephalization, and what do you mean by species, and phylogeny, classification of animal kingdom up to phylum. So in this session we will be seeing about the principles of animal classification till Linnaean hierarchy. So now we all know our body is made up of different types of chemicals and we show higher grade of complexity. So our body is made up of different types of molecules like proteins, lipids, nucleic acids, polysaccharides, and also our body which is made up of organic and inorganic molecules like maybe the bones or nails, hairs, or the muscular structure, so which all will help in performing a better metabolic reaction, so that is called as metabolism. So there are specific molecules like DNA and RNA which are containing, and those DNA and RNA which helps in the regulation of internal reaction, so which regulates into a new unit of life, or you can tell cell. So this is how our metabolism work and cells are regulated. So this is how our body works. So now under this we need to know how our animal classification or the total division of animals takes place. So before that we need to know what do you mean by taxonomy. So taxonomy, it is a wide branch. So it is nothing but it deals with the study of nomenclature, naming. Nomenclature means naming. So in what way, why we are called as Homo sapiens in scientific terminologies. So that will be studying. And classification. So as you have studied in your lower classes, we human beings belongs to chordates, means we consist of the backbone and the vertebral column. So that is why the classification is very important. So if classification was not there, we could have grouped all the animals and plants into one group. So there will be very tough to differentiate. So this animal belongs to this group or this plant belongs to this group. So that is why we need classification. And there are some principles, like for example, when you take vertebrates, as I have said, we consist of vertebral column, and also there are different categories in vertebrates like birds, mammals, reptiles, fishes, amphibians. So on what basis we are differentiating these different types of vertebrates? For example, vertebrates, in vertebrates we are having birds and reptiles. So birds are differentiated by their flying behavior, or they can perch from one region to another region. But reptiles, usually they are having hard scales. So these are some of the principles which will follow during the taxonomic works. So in later classes we'll see in detail. So this term taxonomy was coined by Candolle. So this term is given by the Greek word, that is taxis, which means arrangement, and nomos means law. So as I was telling, taxonomy, it is the theory and practice of classifying the organism. So once we study the classification, identification and naming them, so that is called as the taxonomy. So what do you mean by classification? So arrangement of animals in group having common characters. So this is very important. So the animals which were having the common characters will classify into one group. And second, that is identification. So depending on what you will be identifying, we will make certain characters. For example, the walking or the having backbone. So that is a character. And nomenclature, it is given by ICZN. So that is nothing but International Code of Zoological Nomenclature. So we are having different code for different groups. So we need to follow those codes, then only we can name the organism. And faunistic is nothing but to what the fauna belongs. For example, there are certain species which belongs to only India, so we will call them Indiensis, or maybe belonging to Mangalore, or maybe belonging to Karnataka, so Mangaloreensis or Karnatakensis. So this is how we will give the naming. So coming to history of the taxonomy, Aristotle, he was the father of, still we call him as father of botany and zoology, because he was the first person to work on the classification. So in his book, that is Historia Classification, he classified animals into two groups. One is Enamia and another is Enamia. So Enamia is nothing but animals without RBC, means he classified the organisms into two classes, that is animals which are having red blood cells, means he said the animals which are having red blood and the animals which are not having red blood, so animals without RBCs. So on further he divided into two different types. One is viviparous and oviparous. As we know, viviparous means the animals which directly give birth to their young ones, and oviparous, they lay eggs. And later the term species was given by John Ray. It was very much modern now, and modern definition which was given by the Mayer. So he said depending on the binomial system of nomenclature. So the detailed information which is of binomial system, which was given by Carl Linnaeus in 1758 under his 10th edition of his book, that is Systema Naturae. So he is also called as mother of modern taxonomy. And later we are having trinomial nomenclature. So trinomial nomenclature is nothing but giving three names. Binomial means two names, and later trinomial came which gave three different names. So trinomial nomenclature which given different names like Homo sapiens sapiens. So here we are having three terminologies, so which was given by Huxley and Strickland. So these were the eminent people who gave their prominent works on their classification. So Aristotle, as I said, is the father of botany and zoology. He was the first person to tell about classification, and John Ray, he specified what do you mean by species, and Carl Linnaeus, he is the father of modern taxonomy in his book, that is Systema Naturae. And later the term phylum was given by the Cuvier. So he said the classification has to be done in phylum system, and later the term vertebrate and invertebrate was given by Lamarck, who is an eminent scientist who worked on the modern evolution, so on what way the evolution is taking place. So he was the same person who gave the term vertebrates and invertebrates. And later five kingdom classification, which was proposed by R.H. Whittaker, that is Robert Whittaker, in 1969. So he gave five different kingdoms like Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. So Monera are nothing but the unicellular organisms, the like bacteria. Protista, they are also unicellular organisms, but comparatively the chemical compositions are different. Fungi usually are having mushrooms. Plantae, the larger plants, and Animalia, it consists of the larger animals, and also the coming to animal system or animal kingdom. So this is how the classification takes place on the sequence, that is kingdom. This is the highest sequence of classification. Next, under that we are having phylum. Under that we are having class, order, family, genus and species. So you should remember the sequence of classification. So this can be asked for 2 marks. So what is sequence of classification and represent in its order? So as They can ask you for the example of Homo sapiens, or maybe a different example for tiger, cat. So know the scientific terminologies or scientific classification of different animals. So as we can see, the kingdom of humans or the Homo sapiens, the kingdom is Animalia. Phylum or phyla, it belongs to Chordata. Class, Mammalia. Order, Primates. Family, Hominidae. Genus, Homo. And species, that is Sapiens. So this is how the sequence of classification takes place. Remember, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus and species. So from kingdom till species. But in plants, the phylum will be replaced by division. So these are the 7 taxonomical levels depending on the classification. So kingdom, as I was telling, it is the most prominent and exclusive level, and phylum, it is next biggest group, which is nothing but comparing to kingdom, we are having all the different types of groups like arthropods, mollusks, vertebrates, and class, which is bringing to groupings like mammals, reptiles, birds. Order includes the grouping like horse, cow, dog, monkey, and the family, it is nothing but having grouping like Homo and man, like that, and family is done. And genus, it consists of small group like related to organisms. So like that, different types of organisms are mainly placed. So depending on this, and last you are having the species, that is most specific level. So that is Homo sapiens. So this is about the general introduction towards the animal classification to the taxonomic level of classification. So in this session we have studied many important concepts like what do you mean by taxonomy, and how the different eminent people, depending on what they have differentiated the or classified different types of animals and birds or totally organisms. And also we studied about how different types of classifications are done, and Aristotle, knowing about genre, and modern taxonomy. The father of modern taxonomy, he is Carl Linnaeus, and different 5 kingdom classification which was given by Robert Whittaker, R.H. Whittaker, and later very important, that is sequence of classification. So and later we could know all the 7 different taxonomic level of classification. So that's all about this session. So in next session we'll be studying about the different types of body plans and levels of organization in the next session. So thank you.